well, this dried overnight, and now it's time to move on. If you take a look, I have a couple small blemishes. Those look like they'll probably sand out. These are some little pinholes. What I'm gonna do for little pinholes, now this Tamiya filler putty. It's meant for models, but it'll work just fine on here. And it saves me from having to mix up a bunch of stuff. And I'm just gonna fill these little pinholes. There's some more right up here on the top. You can see right here, it's like a little bubble. Say, boop, boop. So that's where the fiberglass was barely left. On that ply, there's a little air bubble under it. You can see right there too. So let's find the edge. Let's get under it. And now let's cut all the stuff out of it. Let's get this filler putty. Now, flip it around, go back to this side. Let's get a few of these going here. Alright, so this is some wet or dry sandpaper. And I wish to use it wet. Because it doesn't clog the paper that way. It's 320 grit as well, so it's very fine. And if you look, now it's sanding off the high spots of my glass, leaving the low spots there where there's some texture. I'm using this curved Fender. It's not that easy to just pour it on there. So I'm gonna try just dipping my stuff, my paper. This might work out better. Let that dry a little bit. We'll put a little bit more on here in a while. Let's get some sanding done on this side. Oh yeah, look at that. Looks like it filled those up nicely. Oh boy, it's so smooth now too. Now, I probably missed some pinholes too. There's a lot of little ones, and I wasn't about to cover the whole entire surface. So, it doesn't need to be that perfect for me. Coming along nice. It's so quick too, wet sanding. Because it doesn't clog your paper, the paint doesn't tear and stuff like it normally would. You know, because Duplicolor, I don't know if you ever tried sanding Duplicolor and other rattle cans. They don't just like to sand. They usually just tear and rip, and you're left with these huge scratches. But when you add water, it's a nice lubricant that really helps smooth things out quickly. And then before I paint, I'm going to hit it with a little compressed air just to get the dust off and any lint from these cloths. Now we'll let it dry and see what our dry texture looks like, but immediately it looks pretty good. Okay, well, I've patiently waited for at least 10 minutes, and probably supposed to wait much longer than that, but whatever, that's how patient I am. So I'm gonna go with my silver for my base. So what this silver is, it's Toyota color. It's supposed to duplicate an original Toyota color. Let's see what these ones say. These ones just say silver metallic, BYT 1613 is the color for the Duplicolor. Now, I believe when I first got it, it was called, the ad I purchased it from on the Amazon said it was Toyota Millennium Silver. And the reason I got it, you can see right there, it's a very bright metallic silver. So it's not like a darker one or like a titanium color. It's very bright. And once I paint this up with this, honestly, it's gonna look like a stamped piece of aluminum. So it's a very good, bright base color to work with. I like it. Now, I'm gonna paint the inside first. Let's get our paint booth ventilation system turned on here. All right, fully operational, good. All right, we got good airflow. Time to put my respirator on. Da, 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 da. And paint away. My hand's kind of dirty, so I'm gonna get a glove. And we're gonna get this inside painted first, quite obviously, I believe. Let's see. All right, now it's gonna take probably 2 or 3 coats to get good coverage, and Obviously, the way I'm painting the inside, I don't want to do the outside yet. This is this is lacquer based, so I don't know if you know anything about lacquer or not, but lacquer is a lot of solvent, dries extremely fast. So, in other words, we're probably ready for a second coat. Yup. And coat number 3. Now let's turn off that ventilation. I don't want this to get too cold. If it gets too cold, the paint will blush and turn a very whitish matte color. Since this evaporates very quickly, that cools it down even more so. Let's get in there with the next one. Let's get it to some heat, let this warm back up for a few minutes. Again, I've been very patient and gave this 10 minutes under my heater here. And that's all it's gonna get. Warmed up a little bit. Let's hit it with likely its last coat of silver. Last coat for the win. Last coat's a good one too, just to make sure, right? And stick a fork in it, because now she's done for a while. All right, now I'm just gonna let it sit here and finish drying up under the heat. Let it all level off and dry up real nice. Once it's all dry, here in a few hours, I'll probably come back and do some airbrushing on it. Buff it up, buff, buff it up, buff, 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 buff,